Thank you,
Alexa.
Alexa.
Let's
Yeah. Okay.
drop my phone.
All right, people. I failed at a joke before this, so I'm just in great moods for this one. But yeah, we got Liam on.
Hey
Back
guys,
on again. Yes, sir. Yes,
let me
sir.
just give a free shout out to Xbox for actually being good now.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Hopefully, this gives the podcast some sponsorship.
Yes,
Yep.
I would love to be associated with the Xbox Game Pass bundle. Just put my face on it. I would love it.
I mean, I
Th-
think the more realistic thing that's going to happen here is a bunch of dislikes from PlayStation people. But
Put this man on in 2K
yeah,
hey man,
on the cover.
sooner or later, sooner or later. But yes,
they could release a limited time. Oh well, I'm not going to say that joke because that involves Amani's last name. Never mind. You see that? You see that? I just saved you, Amani.
yeah, you just saved
Um,
me from getting doxxed. That man was gonna look up. Oh, it just hacked my whole computer at that point.
yep. But anyway,
But it
oh
doesn't
man,
record our names on the
No,
Zoom,
no,
right?
no, no, no. It does not. No, it does
nope.
not.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Or else you would have
Oh,
been screwed. But
yep.
All right. Yeah.
All right, man. I've just been doing so much of this like college stuff lately. Like I just been asking myself like whether it's like worth it or not.
oh
You know
my
what I
god.
mean? Like I just been doing all this stuff, and I like ask myself. It's like I'm spending all this money, and it's like is it worth it? I don't know. Can I ask you, Liam? Because I want to talk to you about it for a long time. So
I think it really depends on who you are, if it's
yeah.
worth it. If you want to go into that type, if you want to go into a field that requires the thing, then your college is worth it because you need that degree. Realistically, you do need the degree. But
Hmm.
say you're trying to do something where it's not really needed for the degree or something like that, where it's like something else, then no, don't. It's not worth it. Maybe go to trade school or something like that. There's other opportunities. Not maybe not better, but I'd say that in reality, it is good to go to college because with a degree, you pretty much can get a job, like a
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I haven't gone, so I don't have a set opinion on it, but from everything I've heard, there's like, there's two things about it that people say, and it's that if you want to work for somebody, you're going to need college. If you're not going to work for somebody, you probably don't need it. I mean, like with stuff like it, let's say you want to become, an editor, right? You don't really need a college degree for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You could learn it on, YouTube or something. I mean,
Yeah.
like the hardest part about college to swallow is definitely the cost, because like it's freaking expensive, man. I mean, like, you got people walking around with like 300K in debt. And I'm just like saying, like, how am I going to do this? Plus, to get, student aid is just like so hard to do, like it's not easy to get that either, and, I like for me, considering all that, I cannot blame people for not wanting to go,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
um, because college went from being somewhat affordable, you know, or at least like realistic in terms of paying it off to being like, how am I going to do this? This is going to take like the next 20 years to pay off. It's like it's like going to college is an investment now. I mean, it always was, but you understand like it's a
Yeah.
major investment. Like you're just like, okay, going to college or huge down payment on home, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
You know,
there's
it's sorry, but it's like
there's also.
yeah,
Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
All right, sorry. But it's like, yeah, and back to that like thing. It's like, I'm sorry, but yeah, for a lot of things, you will need college if you're going into a certain practice. Like, I'm not going to a brain surgeon and he tells me, oh, I didn't go to college. I learned how to do it on Skillshare. Sorry, I'm running out the door at that moment. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But there's also a lot of alternatives to that. Like where we live, there are a lot of cheap colleges for the stuff you want to do. Like for example, the college I'm going to is
Uh, you might not
cons-
want to mention that.
I'm not going to mention which one I'm
Uh,
going to, but I'm saying it's a decent one for what I want to do,
right.
and it's very cheap. It's only 7K a year, and although that is a lot of money, it's not as much money compared to the colleges that charge around like what, like 10K per semester or like 40K a year. Like
Yeah.
it's really not bad. You just have to find, because college, I believe college is what you make of it. So if you find a college that's cheap and has what you want to do, then go for that.
Yep.
You don't have to get yourself trapped in this high tuition.
I mean, I somewhat agree, but it's like, I feel like
But I do think it costs too much. Don't get me wrong. I do
wait, I
think
wasn't
it
gonna
costs.
go there. I wasn't gonna go there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel it's like there's so many people that just go to college just because.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They never really thought about like what they were going to do. So now they're
Exactly.
taking up all these like responsibilities and stuff like that, and it probably won't hit them until their fourth year, and even if they're whether or not they're graduating or was partying the whole time.
Yeah.
So it just becomes like a very terrible decision that they didn't understand the weight of at 18, and then it hits them at like 24, and it's like, oh my god, I didn't even want to do this anyway. This wasn't what I wanted to do. So now they're set back in what they want to do because they have either this college debt or they went into a field that they don't even care about and can't find a job in.
Exactly. Yeah, that's another thing is that like also people go away a lot to college, and going away costs even more because you're paying for the going, like living there, the food and everything, and that's a decision you make. You're like, oh yeah, I want to get away from this life. I want to get away from my parents, which is completely understandable. But at the same time, you got to realize how much money you're going to be spending doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that goes into another thing right there, and it's like, are a lot of the people going to college like ready for it?
Yeah.
That goes into another thing. And you know, my opinion on it is like I think most people might be ready for the work part of it, like the schoolwork part of it,
Hmm.
but I don't think a lot of people are, there in terms of the life skills part of it because
Oh yeah.
essentially making the decision to go into a certain field and all that, that is a life skill. It's called, major decision making. That's a life skill you're going to have to make, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. I was gonna
Yeah.
say something.
Go ahead, man.
Kind of lost my train of thought. It's yeah, I don't think high school exactly prepares us the most for college either. Although, like, say, like, I think I am prepared, and there's a lot of people that are prepared, but that's more. I feel like that's more you wanting to do it yourself, you wanting to be prepared yourself, and you putting the effort into being prepared and putting the effort into the work that you have to do. Meanwhile, there's a lot of people that don't like. They're not the type of person like how they say like, oh, some people just aren't like, it doesn't click for them, like it's not their type of thing. Like I can completely understand that. Like I hated science, but I did it anyway, and like I know people, it just doesn't click with them, so they can't do it, and they can't do it, and just they're not prepared enough, and that's where I completely understand. I don't think high school prepares us enough because they're teaching us all these random subjects that realistically we don't really need unless we're going into that field, where they should be teaching us the things about, like we should have had a class on like getting ready for college assignments, or like just like we had like economics and stuff, and like shit like that, but like
But it
we
was
didn't
just
we
BS.
didn't learn how like our bank stuff works and all that. Like it's like we should have learned that. I feel like I would have been much more prepared if I knew everyday skills. 'Cause, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird because it's like a lot of other places besides the US, people take like a gap year, you know?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
here, if you take a gap year, it's like, oh, what are you doing, dude? You're taking a gap year? Like you're taking a whole year off before you go to college? And I understand that train of thought because it's like, well, why don't you just get it done already? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's also like, dude, we have to become adults in 2 months. Like, I mean, I'm ready for it. I know how to do certain things. I'm ready for it. But for a lot of people, they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. They don't know even know how to friggin' iron. They don't
Yeah.
know, basic stuff about rent. They don't know how to, decrease prices on this. They don't know, responsible car ownership so you don't have to buy tons of oil, for your car, gas,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me. And the saddest part is a lot of people just don't know how to have a regimented lifestyle, which is the most important thing to have in adult life, a regimented lifestyle. You know,
Yeah. I
they
can
don't, yeah,
I can say that I am one of those people where I still, I still don't have like an exactly regimented lifestyle where I mean recently I've been improving upon myself. I've been going to the gym every morning, but it's like still I stay up late and when I have the chance I sleep in. I'm not the type of person to like wanna do that, like have a regimented lifestyle, but I know I have to.
right. Well, what's stopping you from doing it, man?
I'm just a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah, I was gonna agree. Well, I don't know about the lazy part. It's just like, nowadays, like a lot of this stuff is not really being taught. Like like, hold on, I gotta make sure my mom don't hear this. But it's like, yo, I am begging her to teach me how to cook at this point. Like I'm begging. Like it's like, yo,
YouTube.
help
No.
me. Like it's like, cause I don't know these things. Like I think it's actually pretty easy to clean. Like I've cleaned out a fridge, and I was like, yo, this is fun. Throwing 16,000 chemicals into air, but like it looked clean at the end of the day. I think I did it properly, but it's like I don't really know how to like clean out. I mean, I know how to like pick up clothes, vacuum, but it's like I don't know how to clean a fridge. I mean, no, I mean a bathroom fully. These little things to maintain a house. I don't know how to maintain a studio, probably. I don't know how to do that fully, you know? And I don't know enough meals that I feel like I could do on my own, especially how I eat. I eat like a horse and I don't know what's filling and stuff like that. So it's like you throw me out there in the wild, I'll probably float a little, like my neck it'll be up to my neck, but it's like I'm like a little bit close to drowning, and I don't feel comfortable just throwing myself out there because I don't even have a set thing. I don't have a go-to. That's really what I'm talking about. I don't know how to just, all right, if I need something, go to this. Like I don't even know what foods I really like fully that I could cook by myself and stuff like that. Like I could cook an egg, I could probably cook some pasta, but that's not really something you could live off of, Like I don't have those things. Like I could wake up early in the morning. I could wake up at like 7:30. I've been doing that and then go work out and then, come back home, rest for a little and then go back out to work, yada yada. Like I know how to maintain those things, but little day-to-day life stuff like cleaning and cooking, I don't know how to do that. And I'm not gonna throw myself out there to college and just do that, or get myself an apartment so quickly because I don't know how to do that. Let's say I start living with Matt, I forget to flush the toilet, he's gonna be mad or something like
I
Yeah.
won't be mad, but I'll probably say, "Yo, I don't want to see your shit, dude." Like, flush.
exactly, exactly.
But
That's something I agree with. I don't think I'm ready to like, clean. Like obviously, I have to do it, but I don't think I'm ready to like do everything within my living space for myself. Even
you,
though probably like you think about it, like I feel like if I was in that situation, I would need to do it. I would want to do it because it's my house. Like it would be not my house or like my apartment or something.
yeah. I mean, do you feel like the transition has been a bit hard because you've kind of switched something in your head, like, okay, I'm going from comfortable to uncomfortable now?
Um, I mean, I wouldn't say exactly uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I think it's just going to be very different. I think it's going to be more where in high school, I was lazy. I didn't really care as much, even though I got good grades and stuff. I didn't like
Yeah.
push myself to the brink. I
You're
think
taking
in,
initiative now.
I think now I will, where I actually care about the work I'm doing.
Right.
Like responsibilities, basically.
Yeah, I need to be responsible for this work because basically.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine how tough it's going to be for those people who just like play video games all day, and have
Yep.
mom do everything for them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough, man. And it's like, I know that's why, like, I don't shame people for taking a year off because I get it, dude. I get it, like you got to now, because, you got 2 months to do all that stuff on the college list. You got 2 months to figure out how to pay for your bill. You got 2 months to figure out how to send this. You got 2 months to
Yeah.
figure out. So it's tough, dude. And a lot of stuff. It's like right now I got to get my driver's license, right? I
Me
gotta,
too.
yeah. So, I got to do that. I got to get a job. It's like I got to do this within a 2 month, time space, and it's not easy. So, I
Yeah.
think, I think I don't know. I think we have to encourage maybe like gap years a little bit more, or
Yeah.
we have to not even that. It's like we need to teach these things beforehand, you know?
Yeah. Or give
Like,
more time.
yeah.
Because I
I mean,
remember
yes.
this past year and senior year of high school, I was working.
Hmm.
I had an EP class and I was doing presentation team for one of the classes we had. So
Hmm.
my life was packed and I had to do the college stuff. So I
Yeah.
literally had really no time for anything else, and that's all I was doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, yeah, because, like you said, Liam, it's like you couldn't learn a lot of basic stuff because of how packed your schedule is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's tough, man. I mean, like during that time, were you worried or I don't, you
I
know?
wasn't worried because I knew I would get it done. It was just like the stressful, basically. It was like just stressing me out because I had to do it within a certain time, and like, I knew I had to be at work at a certain time. I knew I had to do something for this thing at a certain time. I knew I had to complete an assignment, and then I knew I had to finish up the college application stuff. It was just stressful because it's all jam packed.
Yeah. How did that transition from having a lot of time yourself, you know, feel when you transitioned from, having a lot of time for yourself to now my schedule is jam packed? How did you feel about that? Like you got your time robbed from you.
Well, it was very rough at the beginning because last summer I didn't do I really hung out with my friends a lot and all that, and I didn't really have many responsibilities. But as soon as September hit, as soon as school started, I also got a job.
Right.
So while we were doing school every day, and keep in mind that we were doing school, we were actually had to attend the classes. On like the end of last year, we were where we just did the work. We had to sit in the classes, turn on our cameras, and actually pay attention for the most part.
Hmm.
I was also going to work, and that just made things 100 times worse because I got used to it, but for a while it was just like, man, how am I gonna do this? I think I should quit. And you know what? I lasted the whole year. I ended up lasting the whole year and being able to manage it, even though I quit my job because I want to get ready for college and eventually I'm gonna get another job. But
Yeah.
it was just I managed to do it
How many times did you want to give up or did you feel like giving up?
a lot in the beginning. There were times where I would come home, I didn't feel like I was doing good in the job. I was just like, I really don't want to be in that place anymore. I never want to go back. But you know what? I went back and I kept doing it.
Well, what made you keep doing it? Was it just the ability to say, yeah, I did that?
I didn't want to be a quitter.
Mm, that's good. I like that.
I also like the money.
Yeah.
That
Money's
helps.
always good.
I mean, the same thing happened for me too. Like the experience, like the most I miss out of like, because I'm still kind of living that lifestyle of just having to do so much stuff. Especially like I kind of count my relationships with people like that takes up my time because I actually like being by myself. So I have to balance that in there. Like if I have a whole day where hanging out with somebody else, that doesn't really count as a rest day for me because now usually it's just like, okay, I have to go to this party, I have to do all this stuff. It's not really like me being at home,
Hmm.
being on the computer studying something for my own time or working on the podcast or playing video games. And beforehand I would play video games like probably for 8 hours a day, and that's the only thing I really miss. Like just being able
Yeah.
to play, and then like I'll play some basketball just to go do that, but the whole day I would play video games, and I do miss it because it's like, I feel like now I don't really get that much time in, and it's like I don't feel fulfilled, I guess. That's what I feel like, but everything
Feel like a
else I do.
robot, right?
I guess it feels like I can't really relax. That's really what it is. And it's not like I kind of do miss relaxing. It's just like, you know, every day I have to go do something now. I have to, like yesterday I had to go out see a basketball game for the coach that I'm working out with. I was like, yo, let me pull up, see what's happening. Let me see how these players play. Study that because I'm a student of that sport. Like stuff like that. Like yesterday I much rather had just been by myself, but I realized like in life you can't do that because you have to go. Like my purpose requires going outside, and it's like such a weird thing for me because I want to be indoors, but everything I have to do, I have to work outside, I have to be in the sun, the rain, the snow,
Yeah.
all that, and then I have to either go play basketball because that's my goal one way or another, and then go do a podcast. Like I would do that in all in one day, like school, maybe a club in the middle, like that would extend into work. Like I'll be listening, but I can't really participate,
Yeah.
and I'll be at work, and then I would go take a bus, 1 hour ride to play basketball, and I'll be home at like 9.
So, question: do you think you're going to be able to manage this when college starts, or do you think you're going to have to let go of something?
Um,
Because it's
I,
college.
I mm-hmm.
Oh no. Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking it depends on the schedule. If it's the same as I don't know, just like or something similar to like what we had this year, where it's like just like 6 hours, I think I'll be okay. I think because if anything, I might have to let go of basketball a little, and that's not even bad because everyone else would have to do the same anyway. But I don't think I would have to really like strain much. Like the most I probably couldn't do is wake up at 7:30 and play basketball in the morning because that's when I had to go to work or school or something.
Yeah.
So I think my schedule is pretty like set and it's flexible enough so I can fit anything in. Like Sunday I'll just go play or something like that because school that's probably like 5 days a week. We have like Saturday and Sunday. And even if I have work, I just have to wake up early. Matter of fact, the most thing I have to do like now is wake up early because I feel I need more time in the day. I think I've said that last year. Like I would play until 2 a.m. and wake up at like 12. Of course I would go about my day. It's just like, I feel like I missed out on something. So now that I'm waking up at like 7:30, unless I have to do something in the morning, like I'll probably sleep a little more. But usually 7:30, I'll go out, play basketball, and then work right after. Like that's how my summer
Yeah.
is going. So
Yeah.
I think I have a good balance. Am I having fun? It's like it could be worse. Like I feel the same as if I'm inside doing absolutely nothing now. Like I can't sit down and do nothing now. I have to go out and do something.
Yeah.
Like if I have a day where I'm not doing anything, if Matthew texts me, hey, you want to do something? I'll go out and do it. I always have to fill up my schedule with something now. Unless
Yeah.
it's a rest day, like I need to like just sit down and do nothing.
I get that.
I mean, look, man, you just, if it's important to you, you got to make time for it at the end of the day. If you have a certain goal that you want to reach, you can't just be like, oh, well, something else just came in. No, it's if you have an spare 2 hours, you got to put that goal into that 2 hours, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
eventually
true.
it all balances out though. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of like some that's a little far up, but like, why did you decide to go to college?
Um. Well, I want to. I want to have a job. Basically, even though college doesn't exactly guarantee a job, I want to have the certification to guarantee me like have a good chance of getting a job. And also, I really had no choice, basically. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of people. They don't really have a choice.
Yeah, I feel like
I think either way, I would have gone. Though
yeah.
I think it was just the natural next step for me because I'm not like a creative person. I don't have drives. Like I don't have like special skills or any drives outside of just the. It's like how I'm basically like an NPC in a video game. I just go forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I could say it's somewhat the same with me, but the things that I'm doing, I can't they just outright say, okay, I'm just gonna pursue this and like work a job, like because other people will pressurize you, especially your parents. They will pressure you to go in, like, get a thing in the back, like, whatchamacallit, a plan B, which is college or something like that.
Yeah, no.
Something to fall back on.
I think it's good to have, even if you just go like to like get a like like maybe like I something small or something like that, like nothing like too big, but something to keep you on your feet just in case. I think it's important to have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think a lot of people just go because it feels like the natural step forward. You know what I mean? Like, oh, high school, now comes college. You know, I mean, for me though, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just went just because parents, wanted me to. But
Mhm.
you know, if you really want my honest opinion on it, I kind of just ask myself, like, if you didn't have parents, right? If you were on your own, would you be doing this? And my answer to myself would be no, probably not. You know,
What would be your next step if you didn't go to college? What would you be doing other than
well,
the podcast, obviously?
what I'd be doing is probably work just a minimum wage job, work on this, work on my stand up, and learn stuff about what I actually want to do later on in life. The real estate stuff, trying to find like an apprenticeship in that, learn about it. Because you don't need college to learn real estate. Every good real estate person has always said the best learning when it comes to real estate is actually doing it, you know? So I'd probably try to find somebody to take me under their wing to learn. And I go from there, man. But, you know, it's a scary thing doing that because you're going out there with no safety net,
Yeah.
It's like a boxing fight, man. It's like a boxing match. You got nothing but you and the pair of gloves on your hand. That's it. And you're facing somebody else who's trying to freaking murder you, and that other person is the world, you know.
Yeah.
It's easy to go out there to the fight with somebody holding, taking their palm and putting it on the back of your head and one hand on the back on your back, and then you fighting. It's easy to do that, but to go out there with nobody like doing that, you're just on your own. It's tough, and I can't blame a lot of parents. I can't blame a lot of people for going to college. I don't blame. I understand, you know,
Some
but
people also just want a job in
yeah,
that they have that drive, that's what they want to do. So,
yeah, it is, man. I mean, but for a lot of people, man, this college stuff is just soul crushing. Like I see a lot
mhm.
of these students, man, like afterwards, like, do you ever see anybody actually smiling at a college graduation? Like, just look at it, dude. How many people are like actually just jumping up in joy? No, because they've spent 100K, dude.
Yeah.
Like they've spent 100K. And now they're going to have to wait a year or two to get a job. And then once they get the job, oh, well, next 10 years is going to be paying this thing off. Next, 10, 7, 5, whatever it may be. And then after that, you'll probably get somebody pregnant, and then you'll marry them, and then you'll have a kid. And, it just goes up from there. I understand a lot of people just enjoy that life, but, I, I don't want that life, dude. I'm not built for it. I'm sorry, you know?
I understand.
And it's tough for me. I don't look, I'm not here shaming anybody for going to college. I'm not trying to do that, but
Mhm.
for me, just doing something like that would be more torture than it would be joy, you know. Granted,
Yeah.
I am doing it because it's a part of the journey, but not going to enjoy it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Try to find the best of it, but
And
yeah,
I could definitely say the same because like all the goals and what I feel like, I want to do in life, it doesn't really require college. Of course, I'm making it require into college because, what I'm going into kind of mix into the podcast. It'll help a lot. That's how I approached it. Like, I could use the skills in something that I actually want to do, so that's how I'm approaching it. And if I just stop doing it, I think I'm still equipped enough to just go into that field anyway. So I tried to do the best to make it fit into who I am as a person. But if I could just like not do it and just work a job and do whatever else I want to do in the free time, I would 100% go for it because I feel like I'd much rather just this be my job, the podcast, or something else like maybe even like it's some like like sports, not even like NBA, maybe just like something that pays. I want to like be like an athlete at least, or local athlete, something like that. Or other stuff, like I don't really see myself just working a job. Like I really don't see it unless it's like for myself or for like my body.
Yeah. I I feel like I would agree more with like the not going to college thing if I had like a passion, which I really don't. I'm not that. I feel like I'm not that type of person. Like where people will want to do YouTube or you guys want to do podcast or basketball or something like that, where they have a passion that doesn't require college. I don't really have a passion like that. I'm more of just like I don't know. It's nothing really struck me that would entail that would have me like using it as a job. I always wanted to like do YouTube or Twitch or something, but I don't like I never, I was never like crazy about it. So that's why I think that this is like the best route for me at least. But I
Hmm.
like I understand what you guys are saying where you would want to do that because I would if I were in your situation where where I would be passionate about this, I would do this. I would want to do the same thing.
Yeah. I heard something about this a little while ago, which is that a lot of people were unsure about going to college. They just go because they don't want to be looked at as a loser, you know?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be honest, guys, there's this weird like culture of like, the dude who doesn't go to college, loser, like he screwed up his life already, and I never really agreed with that, to be honest with you. Just because at the end of the day, man, you know, this is a little weird to say, but it's like how can you determine if the path is right just now? I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of can a little with some things, but it's like, bro, the effort hasn't been put in yet. Regardless of what you're saying, none of us have put in the effort yet in terms of college. It's things in that circle. You know,
Yeah.
that's like saying somebody who's about to go into the NBA or some sort of sport just automatically saying, "Oh, they're going to be trash." It's like they haven't done it yet.
Yep.
So, I think that's, I don't know. It's just not right to do, in my opinion. I don't, it. I don't know. It's like I heard Joe Rogan talk about it. It's like he went to community college because he just didn't want to be a loser. Like he didn't want to be looked at as like a loser, you know.
Hmm.
And like my main thing why I really don't want to go is because it's like, you know, like I think one time and he said that on a podcast too. He was like, "Hey man," to one of his, you know, professors. He said, "Hey man, the stuff you're teaching is on television." You know what I mean? And his teacher said something to him afterwards, and at that moment he was like, "Yo, I'm wasting my life here," you know.
Yeah.
And it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing that I said to myself just going through all of education. It was like, I'm wasting my time here. This is not what I'm meant for. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
can't, Monty will tell you too. I'm not the type of person who is just, hey, it's Matt at the office. Hey, it's Matt. I'm not. I'm not that dude. I'm not. I'm not built that way. I can't. It's going to be torture for me, you know? Like I'm the dude who needs to like run through the freaking forest. I'm like the dog who's running through the forest. I cannot be the one in the cage. I'm sorry. Just doesn't work for me. And it's sad, man, because it's like it's so hard now to not to try to make it unconventionally. It's so hard, you know?
Yeah.
because it's like that systematic way of doing things has just been so favored, you know? And
Yeah.
it's like it's presented to you. It's like it's like giving people two traits of food. One is a can of food, it's guaranteed, but the other one has a little thing over, and you're like, oh, there could be food there, but there can't be, but then it might not be. You see what happens,
Yeah.
So it's tough, man. It really is, you know.
I agree.
I don't know. I mean,
It's a lot to, it's just adulthood. You never know what's going to happen.
yeah,
Even if you get a college degree, you don't know if you're going to get a job.
yeah, dude. You don't know, and that's. I mean, did you ever have those thoughts though beforehand? It's like, or the thoughts of like, I don't know if I'm going to get a job in this. I might have to change my course, 6 times before I find something. I don't know. Did you ever think about it, or?
Well, I mean, I haven't been in college yet, so I haven't really had to change my course. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what do you mean?
Like, have you ever thought about like, okay, is what I want to do actually what I want to do? And
yeah, definitely. And it's just, I don't know. It's a mystery. I don't know.
yeah,
Honestly, I don't know what I want to do.
I mean, did you go? Are you going undecided, or have you chosen a
No,
field?
I chose a fields,
Uh,
but I don't know. I'll see.
Dude, you're in the same boat as me because I actually chose a field, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have done something else, you know?
Yeah, but that's the other thing. I don't know what else I would do. That's the other thing. It's like this is what I feel best fits me.
I mean,
I guess I'm not in that boat because I mostly trust marketing. I think those thoughts of I probably don't know if I want to do this will happen when I'm doing it, you know. But right now I kind of set up a plan, like
Hmm.
just like a general, like all right, just do this for 2 years, go to a different college, finish it, you know, try to avoid the debt, and then see what I want to see which type of job because marketing it can go into anything. I think I could say my major. Yeah, that can go into anything. If anything, there's sports marketing, digital marketing, all that stuff. So I think there is like a job for it. It's just the only question is, do I want to do it for that or for the podcast or just in general if I want to market? That's the only question I'll probably get up to, but I think I'm all right.
I don't know. I mean, I just it's weird, man, because it's like I don't know if you guys feel this way, but it's like I kind of just thought about this in the last week, which is that like, damn, I really didn't care that I graduated from high school because it's like, on to the next thing, you know?
Yeah, I felt the same way. It's like it's just over. I don't care. And the only thing I'm happy about is that I made friends there. There's really nothing else that I could really appreciate about that other than like some experiences, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like COVID kind of like messed it up.
I
So
feel
like
like I was, yeah, same,
yeah,
exactly.
so it's like we didn't really get to
Have
really
the
set
full
yeah
experience.
celebrate anything. So it's like there wasn't much build up. It's like okay, we're just going through it. We're going through it. Up, it's
Yep.
finished. Like there wasn't really any emotion behind it. I mean, of course, I had my moment, but it's like I even forgot about it. Like people are still congratulating me, saying, I'm gonna go far, yada yada. It's like I don't really feel anything. It's like yeah, it's just I'm going down my path. It's not. It's nothing big about it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about something that was kind of random, but it's like, damn, that college hookup culture is really crazy, isn't it? Like, like, yeah,
I guess there's only one way to find out.
oh, Jesus, Liam, oh God.
Yes, sir. Player Liam here. Yes, sir.
Hey, Liam's gonna be big man on campus. Oh,
Yes,
Jesus.
sir.
He's,
But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to avoid it. Really. Because, like, I mean, I don't know. That's me saying that now, but like, I don't know if there's gonna be like the next Beyonce over there, and she wants me. Hey, man, I apologize, but it's just like
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna try to just avoid it because it's just it becomes a distraction. You get invited to a party, and then you hook up with one girl, you start repeating that for the whole entire college thing. I'm just here. I'm just here to do my thing and get out. That I think that's why like half the reason I chose my school. I'm not trying to get caught up in that type of culture, so I think I'm all right.
Yeah. It just depends for me. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. It's that whole aspect of my life is just so weird that I don't really want to think about it until it happens.
Mm.
Yeah. That was,
Oh, what the?
I don't know if that made sense, but
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Matt just texted me. He said he left because Mike is muted. He's still in the thing, so I guess I don't know how to. I wasn't prepared for this. Yeah, but I think that's the one weird part about the college. Just like how people just interact with each other a lot. Because now we have to meet new friends, and the girls are all gonna be on us. I guess even regular folks.
we're also adults, so I guess we're more mature than
Ah,
we would. Well, than we would be in like say like freshman year of high school, where we're more mature and probably able to like make friends, I guess, or be less awkward.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I feel like like everyone has kind of come, like they somewhat know who they are, probably not fully. Some probably know fully,
Yeah.
but like we kind of have a grip on ourselves, and so it's just that's how it's just gonna be really.
Yeah.
But that's the one aspect that I'm kind of just worried about in college. Like I'm kind of worried about a bad teacher, somewhat of the student loans, but I think I'm covered on it, and just
Mhm.
other people. I feel because even my dad was warning me like, "Yo, be careful about other people just in general because that's when the crazy stuff starts to happen. Like the drugs,
Yeah.
alcohol, slipping things in the drinks. Like he was telling me that, so I am cautious of it because those college parties are wild, but it could get wilder. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
stories about people they drink too much and then they die and the party keeps going because they just they didn't really get that person help. So it's very cautious like territory. Dangerous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly. It's just, I think for me, it's kind of whatever happens, happens, and then can't really, I don't know.
yeah,
I change my mind on things every 2 seconds, so it's like, whatever, dude.
yeah, because you got to weigh the ups and downs and all that stuff. So it's just for me
Post.
personally, I'm not that type of guy. I already said it before. I don't even like going outside. So
Yeah. I can honestly understand that because recently sometimes I've been like, damn, I just kind of want to sit inside and play some games,
yeah, exactly.
but it's like at the same time, what I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
now where is Matt? Man is
One of
I've
his
heard crazy stuff like,
oh,
oh, there he is.
yeah,
perfect timing.
yep. I've heard stuff like guys are having orgies every single freaking month.
Hey
Girls,
man.
there's also this other story I heard of this girl who she screwed every guy at college with a certain letter in the alphabet, so she went from A to Z.
Oh,
I heard that story one time, and she ended up getting like some freaking disease. It's crazy, man. It's just it's so weird how when you give somebody 1 ounce of independence, they go drink, party, and screw. You know?
yeah, and they actually plan it out. Like, I'm avoiding those type of people. I that's danger.
I have like a different opinion is because like some of that stuff can be fun if you're with your friends, but I don't like not with like random people. I feel like
Yeah,
if
but
you're with your friends or someone close to you, I feel like or people close to you at least.
yeah, but it also depends on who your friends are, because you never know. They might because you are who your friends are. I guess I don't really like that saying, but it's true. So if
If you
they're
have a
like
good friends and you want to have a good time, I feel like you're chilling.
exactly, so that's all
You,
that matters.
Do stuff that's meaningful to you. Don't just go to like parties all the time and
Yep.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I want to ask you something. Like I wanted to look up like how many college students have sex addictions by the end of college?
That's a weird statistic.
Yeah, just look at
Uh,
because I want to see.
Maybe I will. No.
I mean, that could happen though, because it's just like people just really just.
You never know what the future brings.
Oh my god, this is actually a stats. Oh god. Okay, this is 2018. Wait, what was this written? Okay, abstract. Blah blah blah. This is a lot to read. Okay, well, she found that 17. What? Okay, what is happening? Participations 25 question survey. Answer of yes in more, 13 or more. Okay. 17% needed further evaluation and 8% being at risk for sexual addiction. Females were surprisingly higher with 32% needing evaluation and 13% at risk. So basically around, okay. What's the number for that? Okay, so 17% of 8% of males in college are at risk of being a sex addict, and then 13% of females are at risk of being a sex addict. So that's a staggering numbers. That's like for every 10 people, there's one that is having a little too much sex. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just, I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles down there,
Yep.
But Jesus Christ, what a world we're entering, fellas.
We got to bob and weave like Muhammad Ali out here in these treacherous trenches. There we go.
My goal is just to better myself over this summer and then just go where life takes me, I guess.
That's a good approach.
Work on myself as much as I can, support myself, and then, have fun along the way. This is the simplest way I can put it. I'm a simple man.
Hey, man, I like that. I like that plan. So, I don't know. You want to call an end to this one? I think that's good enough, right?
Yeah, I feel like we covered everything.
That's me in that picture. You see that guy to the left?
Oh, snap. Yo, that haircut is terrible on him, though. Jesus.
That's that 2008 stuff right there.
Exactly. Like, this is really like 2008 pictures, but I don't want to like go here. I don't know. I don't want to put the female in frame.
So, damn misogynist.
No, it's like because it like whatchamacallit. Hidden meetings
showcase women in the best light.
Not only that, it's just like like.
Oh my, Imani, couldn't you have taken that? What?
Wait, I'm confused. What?
Nothing. All right, let's move on from this.
Okay. I'm taking what?
I'll explain later. Anyway. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Once again, that was the Raw Goes podcast. People, remember, be in line and stay in line. And we're ending it. Goodbye.
Thanks for having me.
That was a fast one. Jesus. Yeah. Whew. Yeah.
Bye.